Gene Stewart Video Productions and Channel 6 Television take you to Pioneer Country. Stay tuned now as we bring you video footage from this past week's game with analysis and commentary from the coaches. Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Eastman Chemical Company. Good luck, Pioneers. Sears of Batesville, appliances, electronics, lawn, garden, and craftsman tools. Citizens Bank celebrating 50 years. Lakeside Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003. Medical Park Orthopedic Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Angel and Dr. J.D. Allen. Midwest Lime, we support the Pioneers. Kosnick Incorporated and Coleman Dairy, Scott Kosnick and Vicki Mosier. And State Representative Cheney and Leah Taylor and Madison.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Beller Dental Clinic, Doctors Bill and Chris Beller, offering general dentistry. New patients welcome. Wholesale Tire, passenger, truck, and commercial tires. Williams Equipment Company, your local full-line John Deere dealer. And Five Star Communications, an authorized agent of Singular Wireless.
Go Pioneers!
Also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Bryant's Pharmacy, your complete health care center for prescription and medical equipment needs. Carpet Corner, featuring Mohawk carpets, Armstrong vinyls, and Benjamin Moore paints. Fred's Fish House and Catering, Randy Ward. And Dairy Queen of Batesville, Paul and Sharon Strecker.
The Pioneers versus Newport coming up. First at the Pioneer Pep Rally, Coach King introduces his staff, and Linda Waits introduces the team.
She turned it off on me. I want to introduce the Pioneer football coaches. Got two of them that are not here tonight. Stu Smith, who we're proud to have back after a short stay in Van Buren, and Gary Rhodes, who are scouting tonight at Bologna. So they won't be with us. I think everybody knows both of those gentlemen. I'll start first introducing Jonathan Shockley. Jonathan coaches the running backs and the TNTs on defense. John's been here 4 years. We're proud to have him. Next man I've known for a long, long time. We played college baseball together, and he's been a head coach the last 16 years. 7 years at Mountain Home, and before that at Pea Ridge, and I'm very proud to have him here, Kevin Miller. Kevin will be the offensive coordinator and will coach the offensive line and the defensive secondary. And a man who definitely needs no introduction. Leo does a great job working with our kids. And I want to thank WRMC Pros and the hospital for providing us with the trainer. It's a great thing, and we really appreciate the hospital. I don't think we have Lowell Stroud here tonight. He's been the mascot for many years. I'm not sure Lowell's going to be able to do that this year. So if we have anybody in the stands who would like to audition for Pioneer Man, we're holding those right after the pep rally. So any of you guys that would like to audition, the pay is not good, but there are a few perks. See me on the 50-yard line. At this time, I want to ask Voice of the Pioneers, Linda Weiss, to come forward.
Thanks, Coach. I just need to know one thing. Are you ready for Friday night football in Pioneer Stadium? We're looking forward to another great year, Pioneer excellence in football. And tonight I'm here to let you see the person that mispronounces your child's name. So with that, I'd like to, this time, to introduce the Senior High Pioneers. I believe this year that we, as of tonight, we have 67 players. Introducing number 1, Cornelia Strickland. Number 2, Josh Cox. Number 3, Weldon Davis. Number 4, Tim Childress. Number 5, Antonio McCoy. Number 6, Nigel Strickland. Number 7, Brian Pitts. Number 9, Jarrett Rainey. Number 10, Kyle Francis. Number 11, Bo Reynolds. Number 12, Chris Mace. Number 13, Addison Rayford. Number 14, Corey Hughes.
You can check it inside.
Number 15, Landon Montgomery. Number 16, Cameron Ward. Number 19, Marcus Sanchez. Number 20, Scott Wycliffe. Number 21, Lamarcus Tucker. Number 22, Hunter Platt. Number 23, Mason Reed. Number 25, Joe Pavelka. Number 26, Patrick Smith. Number 27, Andy Conger. Number 30, Jeremy Smith. Number 31, Logan Elm. Number 32, Evan Geary. Number 33, Tyler Pruitt. Number 34, Tim Parker. Number 35, James Neal. Number 37, Morgan Pennington. Number 39, Travis Garner. Number 40, Daniel Griffin. Number 41, Kelly Davis. Number 42, Lewis Canada. Number 43, Aaron Pavelka. Number 44, Raleigh Thomas. Number 45, Kyle McMullen. Number 46, James Walden. Number 49, Clayton McWilliams. Number 52, Caleb Oster. Number 53, Ryan Morrow. Number 54, Ricky Richardson. Number 55, Andy Rogers. Number 56, John Thompson. Number 58, Cody Headley. Number 59, Kevin Smith. Number 60, Brian Johnson. Number 62, Bo Gould. Number 66, Zach Matthews. Number 67, Larry Miller. Number 68, Will Frazier. Number 69, Clark Baker. Number 72, Ryan McChesney. Number 73, Stephen Baker. Number 74, Drew Hilton. Number 76, Clayton O'Neill. Number 77, Cameron Reed. Number 78, Dustin Carpenter. Number 79, Drew Dahlstrom. Number 80, Dustin Hawkins. Number 82, Ben Wadley. Number 85, Tad Dunlap. Number 87, Sam Deskin. Number 88, Jason Angel. And we have some new folks in town. Joining us on the team, D'Angelo Brown. Is there? All right, maybe he's not joining the team. Brandon Brown. And Ben Price. Ben Price. to introduce the managers. I don't know if they're all here. Got 5 names and I see 3 bodies. But I'll go ahead and just announce them as they were given. Casey Bailey. Aaron Silas. Sarah Byler. And also Topper Headley and Cliff Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2003 Senior Pioneer Football Team.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Batesville Cold Storage, serving the Batesville area for 10 years. Independence Ford Mercury, sales, leasing, service, and parts. White River Insurance Agency, a tradition of insurance excellence since 1953. And Batesville Glass, commercial, residential, and auto.
Sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Townsend's, pleased to support Pioneer Football. Autry's White River Furniture Company, we love customers. ConAgra, working hard to become America's favorite food company. And Stanley Wood Chevrolet Pontiac, Scott Wood Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Settles Cleaners, let us do your dirty work. GDX Automotive, go Pioneers. Mazzio's Pizza, try our lunch buffet, 11 to 2 every day. WRMC Pros, proud to provide professional sports medicine services to the BHS Athletic Department. And Charlie's Menswear, largest selection of jeans in the area. Shop us for quality selection at quality prices.
And also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Independence County Abstract Company, Glendale McMullen and Cynthia Nicholson, serving the people of Independence County for over 60 years. Kelly White's Restaurant, buffets every day at lunch and Friday and Saturday nights. Van Atkins, your locally owned family department store, proudly serving the Batesville area for over 50 years. And First Community Bank, the cornerstone of our community.
And a very pleasant good evening as we welcome you to this edition of Pioneer Football 2003. I'm Mark Lamberth along with head coach Dave King and coach Stu Smith. Pioneers opened the season on the road in Jackson County against the Newport Greyhounds and came away with a big 49-20 victory. And Coach King, I don't know when I've enjoyed a football game more, especially the first half.
It's a great way to start the season, Mark. Kids came out, we were ready to play, and there early, Newport really got after us, but we had some, as we've had all year to this point, we had some great senior leadership, and some of our seniors gave us some great leadership on the field and made some big plays and really just blew the game wide open.
I was in Fayetteville over the weekend, saw a lot of people from Batesville and Northwest Arkansas, and they really wanted to talk about the football game, and it was the buzz all over town.
Well, it was It was enjoyable. Like you said, it was a great way to start the season. All the kids got to play. We have a full slate of games this year for the JV, but it's good to get. We weren't able to get all the kids in there because the clock was running in the second half. We had tried to get all of them in there, but it was just going so fast. We couldn't get all the kids in, but at the same time, we got a lot of the kids in the ball game, and they can always say they played in that ball game. And it's a great way to start the season. A great start. Great way to start.
Stuart, I thought it was particularly good that we got all the kids to play Friday night. Playing in the Newport game, that's what all of them dream about.
Well, that's a big thing, and that game probably will be talked about for a long time to come, you know, and a lot of kids are going to get to say they actually got out of that field and played in that ball game because, you know, such a rivalry, and then to have us play so well, have one of the most dominant games probably Batesville's played against Newport. So it was big for everyone that was involved: fans, players, coaches, cheerleaders, administrators, everybody.
We'll be back with first half action between the Hounds and the Pioneers right after these messages.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Eastman Chemical Company. Good luck, Pioneers. Sears of Batesville, appliances, electronics, lawn, garden, and craftsman tools. Citizens Bank celebrating 50 years. Lakeside Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003: Medical Park Orthopedic Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Angel and Dr. J.D. Allen. Midwest Lime, we support the Pioneers. Kosnick Incorporated and Coleman Dairy, Scott Kosnick and Vicki Mosier. And State Representative Cheney and Leah Taylor and Madison.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Beller Dental Clinic, Doctors Bill and Chris Beller, offering general dentistry. New patients welcome. Wholesale Tire, passenger, truck, and commercial tires. Williams Equipment Company, your local full-line John Deere dealer. And 5 Star Communications, an authorized agent of Singular Wireless.
Also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Bryant's Pharmacy, your complete health care center for prescription and medical equipment needs. Carpet Corner, featuring Mohawk carpets, Armstrong vinyls, and Benjamin Moore paints. Fred's Fish House and Catering, Randy Ward. And Dairy Queen of Batesville, Paul and Sharon Strecker.
Pioneers will kick off to start the ball game, and coaches comment on the crowd that followed us down to Batesville. What a tremendous asset they were.
Well, it really is. I was asked before the game, the last time we went to Newport, we won 14-13, and it was in the rain, and our band hung in there and did a great job, and our fans hung in there, and a lot of the Newport faithful weren't faithful. And I thought that was a big lift for our kids. Our kids commented on it, and we had another great crowd last night.
Coordinator Strickland here's got the ball teed up. We're about ready to set the 2003 football season. We have a couple options on our kickoff, and that's Scott Wycliffe coming across, and we're going to try to pooch that ball down there to around 25 and get down and cover to keep them from using their Texas cross kickoff return. Ball gets out of bounds, so they have an option of us re-kicking or to taking the ball on the 35-yard line, and they want to take the ball on the 35, and that's when Newport has set up shop for the first play of the 2003 season. From a defensive standpoint, Newport didn't scrimmage, so we didn't get to see them offensively during the preseason to know really what to expect and what they'd line up in. So we sort of kept it basic this week. They try to run a quarterback sneak on the first play, and Ricky Richardson does a good job slanting down from his defensive tackle position. Makes the play, gets help on the inside there from the linebackers Aaron Havelka and Tim Childress, and our nose guard Clark Baker. I'm going to go ahead and run a little motion over here and actually give us an unbalanced look. We don't adjust well, but boy, our kids fly the football there. LaMarcus Tucker from the backside. There's Cornelius Strickland, Patrick Smith coming up from his defensive back position. Tim Childress. We're all getting out there, and they do a good job. Shows our team speed right there on that play defensively.
Does LaMarcus look like LT, didn't he?
I'm telling you, he was getting it now. And they're coming up here with a third down and long. Get a good job by Ricky Richardson getting his hands up in the quarterback's face, and he underthrows receiver right there. We got coverage there from Hunter Platt at safety, and also Weldon Davis at corner. Newport's going to punt. We got a block on here, and up the middle here, Clark Baker's going to come free with Patrick Smith from the outside, and Clark's going to put enough pressure to force the punter to turn his toe up, and he's going to kick the ball off to the side, and we're going to get the ball starting off the year in Newport territory.
Well, that's great. That's great, Coach. I tell you what, when we get the ball starting in that good a field position, that's makes you look that much better offensively. We start off going to run a little zone play here, and boy, we didn't do a good job here initially. Newport really come up and got after us these first couple of plays. We actually lost a yard on that play.
This Newport team had some size to it.
They had some. So they're going to be a good football team. We just really what happened Friday night. We got off early in the, or actually late in the first quarter, and it kind of snowballed on them. We're going to run the tree right here, and they bring some good heat up the middle. They're bringing everybody. We got Cornelius Strickland, our speedy flanker, open to the middle. Kyle needs just another second. This might have been 6 right there. You can see Cornelius clapping his hands. He knows he was behind the defender. We come right back here on a third and long and go to what we call 60 sock. Inside receiver run the out route, and we hit Cornelius. He makes a good move and sheds one tackle and makes enough yards for a first down and bounces up. Well, Cornelius just one of 4. Really, I'm just really fired up about our 4 senior wideouts. They do a great job. We're going to come back here and put a little motion in. Shift down here to a trip formation. We're going to flick over here with Lewis Canada, our fullback. Turn one guy loose there. Had what looked like could have been a pretty good looking play, but that's the thing about offense. If you have one breakdown, the play breaks down. And here early, we're just kind of misfiring a little bit, turning some people loose up front. We go to Ace. Ace left, double gun. See Kyle moving Tino around to make sure we have enough people to block theirs. Come up the middle, and again, a little bit of heat there on Kyle. He unloads it to our safety man, which is LaMarcus across the middle. And I think we started out like 1 of 8 passing. We dumped the Tommy Hawk screen out here to the side. Again, they've got heat up the middle, and it's going to put us in a punting situation. 4th and about 12, I think. Good job here. Great job on the deep snapping. Kyle McMullen, a sophomore. Going to be a really outstanding football player for us and good deep snapper. And Mason Reeves punts the ball down inside the 15-yard line.
Again, good punt by Mason, good coverage. Newport's starting deep in their own territory. Coming out of a wing tee, bringing the wing back in motion, and they're going to give the ball on a little counter here to number 25. That's Julio Pruitt, and he's a pretty good athlete. He had a good game for them Friday night. And as Coach said, Newport big and strong up front. They're going to go try to run the option. We do a good job there. LaMarcus Tucker takes the dive back, gets off of him onto the quarterback. He gets a lot of help from the interior people on the TNTs right there, the tackle, nose guard tackle. That's Ricky Richardson, Jarrett Ramey, Clark Baker. Comes back again and tries to run that little counter again, and a good job bouncing outside by Cornelius Strickland, and Antonio McCoy comes up and makes a tackle with help from Weldon Davis, drops him for a loss there.
Great speed on this defense, Coach Smith.
Yes, there is. You know, if we can get them bounced out on the perimeter, we feel that we can run them down, so that's what we try to do. Once again, we got a block on here. Pressure from the inside there from Pat Smith. And Tim Childress is going to take this ball, make a couple good moves. We're going to get a blocking in the back penalty on us here. As you see Tim make a good return down around the 25. It is a questionable call, probably one at home that we wouldn't have gotten. But it's going to take us back on the other side of the 50.
Start things out with a little motion here. We're going to run the fullback zone trap. And again, we're just trying to get them off of us. They've been bringing a lot of bodies up there, 8 and 9 people. bringing them. We run 41 zone trap. And again, we make a couple yards, but still we're just real kind of finding our identity in this game. As I told Kyle, just be patient. We're gonna go against their one-on-one coverage here pretty soon and be able to hook it up. Kyle, the difference in Kyle Francis this year versus others, you can see there Kyle directing traffic a little bit, is just his poise. As a senior, he's going to do some great things this year. We run the wing reverse, and Cornelius Strickland gets out in the open field and makes us about 9 yards. Again, Kyle doing a good job directing our offense, checking off when he needs to. They had a timeout here. We come together. We got about 3rd and 6 inches here, and every time I call a pass play on 3rd and short and 4th and short, I get a big grin out of Kyle. I think my comment to him was, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room, and he loves that. Anytime you tell him to throw the ball, he's up for that. Hits the fullback in the flat, LaMarcus Tucker. He sheds 1 tackle, 2, gets a block downfield, and takes it to the end zone. 136 counter flew. One of our really good pass plays, and gets the Pioneers on the board. I want to make a statement here. We did a great job on our extra point field goal. We were 7 of 7, Mark, and I think that could help us down the road as we get into the season.
Scott Wycliffe
did a great job, along with Bo Gould. Did a great job snapping, and Patrick Smith, who had just a monster game for us, was our holder and did a great job all night.
That was a 44-yard touchdown pass from Francis to Tucker. 5:25 left in the first quarter.
So again, Scott Whitworth kicks the ball down to around the 28. They're going to bring it out in the middle here, and we're going to have some big hits there. Good job by the kickoff team. There's Jeremy Smith in on that tackle, along with a host of other Pioneers. Newport comes out here and runs a little bit of a different formation, a double slot look, something we really haven't practiced against. They're going to come out here and run the option on us here. Quarterback pitches the ball. We get a good job on the outside from Raleigh Thomas and Patrick Smith, along with Tim Childress, and then as a matter of fact, the whole defense really flying to the football there. Kids are pumped and going hard to the ball. They still stay in that double slot look, or some people may call it a flex bone. Run the option again. A good job by Jarrett Ramey taking the dive back there. Clark Baker, the linebacker there, and quarterback's dropped out there by LaMarcus Tucker, and do a good job covering the option. Still in the double slot, they're going to come back, and he's going to run a little bootleg pass. Step up, Jarrett Ramey comes from the backside and hits him along with James Neal, and Patrick Smith goes up and makes an interception. Good coverage back there also from Hunter Platt and Weldon.
Puts us in business here, Coach. Come up in a left trip set. After a turnover, we like to try and strike quick. We run with what we call a little 106 naked. We've got Cornelius out in the open field and just overthrow him there. They did a good job putting heat on us all night. We'll come up here in the shotgun, and we get a little zone blitz from them. They're dropping what I call spies. We run so many screens and draws and counters. A lot of times they'll spy, and you can see here number 25 does a good job spying and picks off the little tailback hide play we've got. And there's an example of, I'm sure Newport would like to have that play back. They had a young man clipped 10 yards behind the play, which really had nothing to do with it. And sets him up about the 33-yard line, Coach.
They're going to come back here on this first play. They're going to come back and run their little counter trap again. I think it's going to go for some yardage. One of their bigger plays of the night.
Pruitt made the interception, and he's going to run this ball almost in the same spot.
As I said, he had a pretty good game for them, and we knew going into the game that he was going to be a key person for us to have to stop.
On the tackle there, Coach, lost one of our defensive backs.
As Weldon Davis comes across, makes a good tackle there, and he injured his shoulder, and I think Weldon will be back soon.
It wasn't serious, I think Leo and the doctor said.
They're going to come back here and they run out of the eye for the first time, pro eye, and he's going to run the option again, cut it back up underneath. There's a good job by the inside linebackers coming across and making a tackle, along with Ricky Richardson, Clark Baker again. We're really swarming to the football. We've got a lot of people in on all these tackles, and they're going to come back here and try to run that same play they just had the big gain with, and this time Timmy Childress comes across and makes the tackle. Help from Marcus Tucker again, the whole interior of the defensive line, and the TNT's played awesome. Big play right here. We're going to go to a little man coverage. We'll bring outside blitz here with Antonio McCoy, and he's going to blindside Newport's quarterback, Ricky Richardson. Gets on the football there, and we sort of thwart their scoring opportunity.
Big play, Coach. Big play defensively. Tell you what, a lot of people may see the score and think we were really explosive early offensively. It's quite the contrary. We sputtered some, and then the defense just dominated the game and gave us a lot of opportunities. Here we missed a block inside, had the stretch play, looked pretty good. But again, we're just, and you do this early in the season, a little hit and miss, broke down in assignments, but the effort's there, and we can correct everything else. So offensive line's going to get where we need to get. Come back here and run a little counter T, and again, just the one us block we didn't come off of. Had great blocking downfield, good blocking at the first level except for that one us block, and we're going to come up here and get a penalty. Too much time. Let the 25-second clock run down there, and got too much time, which is going to make this a 90-yard touchdown pass instead of an 85-yard touchdown pass. We went max protection. They're straight man coverage in the secondary, and used to be Newport had a lot faster kids in the secondary than we do at wideout, and those days are over. Patrick Smith going vertical here against their man-to-man coverage, and Kyle hits him in stride about the 45, and Patrick has gotten faster. We teased him, caught him a 4.7. When we tested him to start a football, he was a 4.52, and he's got great hands, and along with Tad Dunlap and Cornelius Strickland, gives us three real good deep threats, and Tad Dunlap probably has the best hands on the team, maybe anywhere. So those four senior wideouts just going to do a great job for us this year. Up and through again by Scott Wycliffe, makes it 14-0.
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Batesville's up 14-zip.
We had a little trouble with we call it 1-800 kickoff. We call it from the sideline, and we were able to kick the ball anywhere on the field. And James Neal has been our kicker. Cornelius Strickland doing a good job filling in for him. James tweaked his knee a little at Mountain Home, and we had a little I got it, you take it here. Kind of this will be on the Pioneer blooper highlight film at the end of the year. And then Neil just backs up a couple steps and says, "Oh, what the heck? Let's kick it." Which
half the guys not ready.
No, they weren't, Coach. It's funny after we won 49-20, but good job there by Hunter Platt making a tackle over our sideline.
It did break the momentum of the kickoff, too.
Yes, it did.
Hunter Platt, some help from Corey Hughes over there. All right, they're going to come out here and they're going to run another little different formation, and we're going to go out of gun, and he's going to keep the football over here and run a little quarterback counter, and we didn't get lined up good, and he breaks it for some yardage. They're on the move right now, coming back running out of the shotgun still. On the counter this time, give it. We don't quite get the scrape from the outside, and get a good job there from secondary man Marcus Sanchez, who's in the game now for Weldon. And Marcus comes up and does a good job driving the back out of bounds. Still operating out of the shotgun. They come back, run the quarterback keeper, and he cuts it up. Jarrett Ramey comes and gets him from the backside. He's going to get some help out there also from LaMarcus Tucker. This time they run a little dive reading the option, and this one time all night really that we didn't do a good job against the option. We failed to get over and take the dive man with a slant lineman, and he busted it through for about 8-9 yards. Again, they're running out of a pro set here, run the option, and we've changed coverages, go to cover 2 there, and Antonio comes up, sticks a pitch back, he drops the ball, and Patrick Smith there, you see him having just a big game, picks the ball up and scoots with it all the way for another big score, and that's going to make it 21-0 after the extra point here.
Coach,
ahead myself.
Just dominant defensive play. I tell you what, 2 of our 3 scores have come off big plays by the defense. Actually, one of them the defense did score, and the other one was set up by the defense.
Wycliffe's extra point is good. Makes the score Pioneers 21, Greyhounds nothing. 11:33 left in the first half. I think the guys got their signals straight on this kickoff, Coach.
I hope so. Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't have as many first game jitters as I thought we would have been a game with Newport and what have you, but that's one that we're going to have to work out the kinks on. Scott did a good job here, caught him creeping up looking for that pooch kick and kicked it in the end zone, which was a big, big lift for us.
Newport's going to start out here in the 20 after the good kickoff there by Scott. They're still running out of the gun here. They'll go out here and try to hit a one route. It's got pretty good coverage there by Hunter. Jeremy Smith now in the game playing corner. Still operating out of the shotgun. Quarterback's going to step up and throw, and Marcus Sanchez does a good job almost coming up with a big interception there.
I thought Marcus did a good job, Coach, filling in that one well.
Did a very good job. Come back again and still running out of the shotgun. We'll get some good pressure on him. Tim Childers sees that they're trying to flare Pruitt kid out of the backfield there, and he picks him up. And
how many times have you seen Newport throw 3 consecutive plays?
Not very often.
In your memory.
Here's going to be another big play. We're going to have our return set up here. We've tried to block the previous 2 punts. And
Coach, this is about as good as it gets right here.
Timmy Childers does a great job here.
Marcus
Good
Sanchez.
block by Marcus Sanchez. Knocks the guy's helmet off it. He throws it down, goes after him. Good block by Patrick Smith there. Timmy makes a good cut. Gets in the end zone. Unfortunately, on one of those blocks, they're going to call a clip, which...
Coach, they call that on Patrick. He hit him right between the
watching
numbers.
Watching the film over and over, you can tell that it wasn't a clip. It was a good block.
I think it's worth noting we've already taken Newport out of their game plan, Coach.
Yes, definitely. We have a little mix-up here in front of the ball, and Kyle does... one thing I really like here, he didn't try and make something out of nothing. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage and cut our losses. The number one rule is the Pioneers have the ball at the end of each play. And Kyle, as a veteran, knows that and did a great job there. We come back here and run the wing trap, give them a little of their own medicine, and Cornelius gets out in the open field. It's a good downfield block from his good friend LaMarcus Tucker, and it's a big first down for the Pioneers. Come up in a trips formation here. We're going to run one of our stretch passes where we fake the stretch, come back here, and don't do a real good job aggressively blocking on the perimeter, but Kyle pulls up and hits a wide open Tad Dunlap right there on the sideline. Tad did a good job being patient, coming back to that ball. Made us about 7 yards. We're going to run 35 counter play here, going back to the short side of the field. Tino gets the ball and heads up inside. Makes another big first down, about an 8-yard gain. Right now, we're really taking it to them. Our offensive line at this point kind of did come together and start blocking really well and take control of the game. We're going to run pitch here again into the boundary. We thought they might be overplaying the wide side of the field a little bit. We run the Nebraska pitch into the short side. Nice cut there by Tim Childers. Boy, it's just so nice having 2 quality tailbacks. Antonio is an outstanding back, but I tell you, Tim's a fine back in his own right. Come back here and run the counter flu play. LaMarcus Tucker out in the flats. Catches the ball, takes us real close, down to about the 2-yard line. I think we made about 4.5 on that play. It's going to be a 3rd and goal. We're right in there tight. We want to make sure we score here. We're going to run what we call Pioneer motion. Marcus Tucker in motion here. Double down, kick out, and Antonio McCoy heads downhill and puts that ball in the end zone for the 4th Pioneer touchdown.
You can see, too, the tide turned with the offensive line. Our offensive line came off that time and sort of moved Newport back.
Yeah, they really did. I thought we did a good job once kind of got our feet wet a little bit in the game, and Scott with another good kick through the middle. Had a little seepage here in the middle, but 28-0 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left, Mark. And
right about now, the Batesville side is having a lot of fun.
I noticed that. That's one thing I did notice. Their announcer was trying to get them to do the Arkansas first down thing, and our fans were doing the touchdown thing. So this was actually not supposed to be, we call that choo-choo kickoff, but again, a little miscommunication. I'm going to take the blame for this. It was supposed to be a squib kick right past the front line, but it turned out okay. We almost recovered that.
Newport's going to set up here at the 46-yard line. They're on 46. They're still running that shotgun, and the quarterback keeps it up inside. And once again, a great job. We've got, I think, Kyle McMullen in there now at linebacker, and a little sophomore had a big game for us. Aaron Havelka also playing linebacker. Tim Childress. Good job there by the line again. Our TNTs really played well.
Boy, they really did, Coach. You challenged them this week in practice, and I'd have to say they answered.
This is a big pass play for him. Again, they hit Pruitt out there, line him up outside, and we played probably a little bit too deep off of him there, and they hit him, and he made a good move and get some big yards, probably the biggest gain of the night up to that point. And they're going to come back again, and going to run their little bootleg again. The tight end's going to be wide open coming across. We didn't do a very good job picking him up. Didn't really get enough heat on the quarterback either. And right now, Newport's finding their best success through the airways, which is unusual for a Greyhound team. They come back again, try to run the option. Great job there by Clark Baker as he slants through and drops your quarterback for a loss. They're going to come back here, and I think they might run that same old counter play back here to Pruitt. Double handoff actually inside, and he's going to scoot into the end zone there, and Newport's going to be on the board. Their fans are going to cheer for a little while anyway.
Coach, we'll see a lot of that double handoff and wing trap this week against Searcy.
We sure will.
So that's something we'll have to shore up on. But
good job by Patrick. Good job by Antonio clearing the path for him. Patrick almost blocked it, but he shanked that thing off to the left and missed the extra point. So it's 28-6 now.
Just over 5.5 minutes left until halftime. Pioneers aren't done yet.
We get a pretty decent kickoff return here. We had some good blocks, just didn't stay with them. Tino, you can see right there if that young man had been blocked, had a pretty good wall set up, and Grahams wanted to get a little fired up there, and Tino bounced up, and I think his exact comment was, let's bring it on.
We got Sam Deskin in the game at tight end now.
I'll run the counter play. Again, a little seepage us block coming off a little too quick. A lot of good quickness on that Newport team. It really is. They're going to they'll regroup and have a great season in 3A football.
They were ranked number 5 in preseason in AAA. I noticed this morning they dropped a couple of notches down to 7.
Kyle keeping the ball on a kind of a bootleg play. Our counter flew. Runs for about 11 yards. Gives us a first down. That's a great thing. Again, getting a lot of weapons on the field. Kyle, a good runner. We run the pitch to Timmy. Only make about 2 on the play. Into their sideline. But again, you've got to take your hat off to Newport up front. Their kids still getting after it. Got a little fired up after scoring those points. We're going to come back and run a little pass play here to them. Great throw outside from Kyle, and you'll see Cornelius Strickland, senior, speedster, and boy, he's not ready to go down. Boom, right there, Pat Smith. He melted their backer, number 30. A good peel back, and see Cornelius real excited there. Nice run by senior flanker. We're going to come back here and run the counter, and really probably one of the plays that we just had a total breakdown on. Did not do a good job in terms of blocking that at all. Come back here, we run the naked. See Cornelius Strickland run the cross route. Kyle Francis hits him in stride, and Cornelius is not going to lose a lot of those foot races. Good job there by the offensive line, blocking, and something goes unnoticed there. Our backside, the strong side, Andy Rogers, Bo Gould, and especially our tight end there, Jarrett Raymond, did a great job on protection. Gives us a 35-6 lead.
Just over 3 minutes left until halftime, and the Pioneers aren't done yet.
Then we're going to kick that ball down inside the 30-yard line. We're going to wind up getting a late hit over here, throw him out of bounds over there. I think it's Tyler Pruitt along with Jeremy Smith on the tackle. Got a little too excited. Been watching Ricky Richardson with that Bethesda sling, put it on him out of bounds, and they're going to come back and throw the ball out of bounds over here. Patrick Smith, Hunter Platt on the coverage. Good pressure again from our TNTs and our ends. Pass rush. He's going to check off to an audible here. I heard their announcer saying he was checking to an audible. Great job there by sophomore linebacker Kyle McMullen. He's going to come up and lay a big lick, on their fullback as they try to run the option. Again, they're going to come back again with that same double handoff they scored with a while ago. And there was LaMarcus Tucker there sniffing it out, turning back inside, and you see this, the whole entire defense on the tackle there. Great job. They're going to try to run a no play. Almost pulled us off sides here. We were able to hold our water. And we'll come back again. This is going to be 4th down and long. We backed up a little bit. They're going to run the lead option, and we do a good job covering it there. Tim Childress, you see, along with Kyle McMullen on the tackle.
Come right back and run the counter tee. Tape started a little late there, but Antonio McCoy got in there secondary, and actually we weren't trying to score here. We just wanted to line up, but after that big run by Antonio, I thought we might have a chance to go ahead and scoot it down there a little bit. Come right back here and run the zone play. Nice cut back by Tim Childress, junior running back. Makes about another 8, and at this point, boy, I tell you, they're back on their heels. We run a stretch play, get a good block outside from Tad Dunlap, and they hit Tino way down there, and we're about 15, 20 yards from pay dirt.
Looks like the Newport defense is getting a little bit tired.
Getting real exhausted at this point. They've been on the field a long time. You see them coming up. We're going to come. We're going to throw the fade route. Got about 30 seconds. Throw a nice fade route out there to Patrick Smith, and Pat just had a monster night. He was winner of the Senior Scholarship Award for this game. It's given every year for the Newport game, and I think what he had, Coach, an interception and recovered fumble and 2 or 3 big hits and
a couple of receptions
for over 100 yards, and just blocked well downfield. Did a great job for extra points, and probably sold concessions at halftime.
Right. I'm telling you, he was the same way in the scrimmage last week. So far, Patrick Smith had 2 big Friday nights.
42-6.
I hope he has about 13 more.
About 27 seconds left until halftime.
Thought our kickoff team did a good job, Coach. We didn't kick off deep very much, but I thought they did a good job.
Hunter Platt there chases him out of bounds. They're going with the pro set here. He's going to drop back and bobbles the ball as he tries to throw, and Ricky Richardson's going to ride him down with help from Jarrett Ramey and other Pioneers there as well.
And that's the end of the first half with the score. Batesville 42, Newport 6, and Coach Smith, Coach King, for all intents and purposes, ball game's pretty much over.
Well, it really probably was. When you get 35 points up, AAA's instituted the running clock rule, and so we had the running clock in the second half. And the only negative about that from our standpoint, we want to get there's only one bad thing about having, 2 bad things, I guess, about having 67 kids playing football. One is feeding everybody. It costs a little bit more. And the other thing is trying to get everybody in a game like this. So we weren't able to get all the kids in the game, but it was fun to have a lead and get the young kids in there in a big game like this. And it was real exciting, Coach.
Yes, it was. I've been in a lot of Newport games, and that's the first time I know that I've ever went in at halftime and knew it was over in our favor. And that was very exciting. It was exciting for our kids, and at the same time, we have to get down there at halftime and hold down the emotions a little bit because we still got a half a ball to play to go out there. So, but it was an exciting halftime.
Going into this ball game, we felt like we would play well offensively. I think we had some question marks on the defense, Stuart, but you had some of those answered.
Well, we didn't look real well against the option at Mountain Home last week, and Newport, bread and butter is probably the option, especially with a little quarterback they had. So I think that really worked in our favor that we were able to play an option team in the scrimmage because I know we really came back last week and worked really hard against the option to be sure that we had it defended and the kids executed it perfectly. I mean, especially the play Patrick made where he picked up the fumble. I mean, we were just bam, 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 took the dive back, took the quarterback right on the pitch man and had a big play out of it. So, yeah, I was really pleased with the way the defense came around in that 1 week's time.
42-6 at halftime. Pioneers on top. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Batesville Cold Storage, serving the Batesville area for 10 years. Independence Ford Mercury, sales, leasing, service, and parts. White River Insurance Agency, a tradition of insurance excellence since 1953. And and Batesville Glass, commercial, residential, and auto.
Also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Townsend's, pleased to support Pioneer Football. Autry's White River Furniture Company, we love customers. ConAgra, working hard to become America's favorite food company. And Stanley Wood Chevrolet Pontiac, Scott Wood Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Settles Cleaners, let us do your dirty work. GDX Automotive, go Pioneers. Mazzio's Pizza, try our lunch buffet, 11 to 2 every day. WRMC Pros, proud to provide professional sports medicine services to the BHS Athletic Department. And Charlie's Menswear, largest selection of jeans in the area. Shop us for quality selection at quality prices.
And also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Independence County Abstract Company, Glendale McMullen and Cynthia Nicholson, serving the people of Independence County for over 60 years. Kelly White's Restaurant, buffets every day at lunch and Friday and Saturday nights. Van Atkins, your locally owned family department store, proudly serving the Batesville area for over 50 years. And First Community Bank, the cornerstone of our community.
42-6 in favor of the Pioneers as we start third quarter action. Pioneers have the option in the third quarter, Coach, and you took the ball and got off to another good start.
Well, I told the offense at halftime, Mark, that with the big lead, we were going to try and get everybody in there, but they had one series whether they scored or didn't score, and they took that to heart. It didn't take us long to score. We came right out and ran the counter play, and Tino took it the distance on the first play. But it's real important in a game like this. You want to get everybody in, but you want to make sure there's no injuries. That's the only thing that could really dampen a night of this magnitude to come out and your first team kids played well the first half, and then to maybe lose some intensity and get somebody hurt when we shouldn't get somebody hurt. So that's the big thing we're looking at.
How tough was it to get the kids to settle down at halftime? Because I know they had to be just sky high.
I think Stewart finally brought out a stick and started beating the ground. They were jabbering around quite a bit there at half, but that's just excitement. I mean, it was a exciting first half, had a lot of big plays, and the kids were just, it's just that nervous energy. Anybody teaching the classroom knows what that's like when the kids get excited. So.
Well, not only is the first team excited, but the second team knows they're going to get some playing time, so they're excited. So it makes for a happy locker room.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. It was a situation we wanted, again, just to make sure we got everybody in the game, but also we wanted the first team kids, Coach Smith mentioned before we went on the air, we want to come back out and establish the dominance we had at the end of the first half. So the kids were ready to play start the second half.
Again, 42-6 as Newport prepares to kick off to the Pioneers.
They're going to kick this ball down, kind of a squib kick here, and Lewis Canna comes up, fields the ball nicely, and makes a nice 6-7 yard run. Lewis converted quick guard now at fullback this year for the Pioneers. And in this offense, our fullback is kind of a third guard back there anyway. We come up in twin set, get a little flick motion from our fullback, run the counter play to Tino, and there's a gaping hole there. And again, we've got some good speed at our skill positions this year, and Antonio's not going to lose many of those foot races, and puts that ball in the end zone to make it 48-6. And Scott Wycliffe, Patrick Smith, Bo Gould, and our extra point field goal team is on. Do a good job blocking those inside gaps.
Good job by the offense there, and they're going to be off the field after that. The offensive line came on stronger there, and that's going to be Zach Matthews at center and Clayton O'Neill at quick tackle, Kevin Smith quick guard, Andy Rogers, a strong guard, and we played during the game Bo Gould, the senior, at strong tackle, along with Drew Hilton and Ryan McChesney. They did a good job there during the first half.
They really did, Coach.
The one play they were in the second half.
We should note that the clock is going to continue to run here in the second half. Stuart, maybe you need to explain that rule to them.
Okay, well, there's a mercy rule now. If a team gets down 35 points at halftime or after the half, the clock's going to continue to run no matter what the score winds up being. Even if the team behind gets within 35 points, it'll continue to run. They're going to come back here and they're going to try to let the quarterback run the option a few times, and our defense is still swarming to the football. This is a hard game to sit here and watch and to name the players that are making the tackles, because we've got so many guys doing a great job running to the ball. Again, we got Aaron Havelka and Tim Childress at inside linebackers here. In secondary, we got Jeremy Smith and Hunter Platt. Marcus Sanchez right now in the game, giving Pat Smith a little bit of a breather. They come back again and just swarming to the football as the quarterback tries to keep it. Jarrett Ramey out there.
Take a look at those Newport stands.
A little bit.
They've emptied a little bit.
Again, he shanks a punt over here to the side and got good pressure from Jeremy Smith on the outside there, forcing him to get it off quickly, and we're going to get the ball back around 50.
So second group offense in here, and we're going to have sophomore tailback James Neal in, and James doesn't do a real good job here making a pocket. He reached for the ball, Tony Dorsett, and we turn around and give him the football right back, which was a little disappointing.
They're going to come back here again and operate out of the wing T, the same formation they started the game in, and run a little bootleg. They had success with this earlier, and again he throws it out here, and this time it's incomplete. They still have receivers open, and next week Cersei run a pass pattern similar to that, so we're going to do a good job covering that. Come back and run the double handoff to Pruitt again, and barely missed a tackle there by LaMarcus, and he gets outside of Marcus over there before Hunter Platt comes up and takes him down out of bounds. Again, they're running out of the wing T. Using the eye set to here a little bit, I think, but he's going to audible off. Turns around, runs a lead play, and great job there by those inside linebackers. That was a sophomore there, James Walden, stepping up and stuffing the hole, and another sophomore linebacker, Kyle McMullen, coming over and finishing off the tailback. Going to throw the ball out here to the flats. We're not quite there. And the receiver cuts it inside before Jarrett Ramey brings him down. Swarm of other Pioneers there. Good job by Jarrett coming back after he was actually rushing the passer to turn and run back downfield and get the guy when he cut across. They coming. And going to throw the flats again over here. Pretty good coverage here by Raleigh Thomas. They're going to flag him and say that he interfered.
Close, Coach. Real close.
Raleigh, a junior outside linebacker for us, playing the hero back position. They come back again, and we just don't get lined up here. We don't quite see him over there on the sideline, and they throw to a wide open receiver. We got some young guys in the secondary right now. That'll be a lesson learned, because I'll promise you the next time we'll be looking every time that they come out of the huddle the rest of the year, as long as those young men in the secondary are playing throughout their high school career.
Coach, that's a good time to learn those lessons when we're way up in a game like this.
It sure is.
Like you said, they don't forget that later on down the road.
Newport's going to try the PAT here, and we're going to get a pretty good job over here by James Neal squeezing through and blocking it. And once
49-12 in favor of the Pioneers, and as you can see, that's the end of the third quarter. And if this game seems like it's going quickly, it is.
Yeah, it doesn't take long when the clock runs with no breaks. The only time that there's a break is when there's a timeout. And Cornelius Strickland there, senior, kind of got excited and ball hit him in the chest, and he kicked it, and they wind up recovering it down there close.
Defense back on the field here, and right now at this point in this ball game, I think a turnover like that, we probably got some young kids over in defense was glad to see that, because they want to get back on the field and play some more. Getting in the ball game here, and they're down there and throw a little pass in the flats, and we do a good job conversion on with Marcus Sanchez. We're coming from backside. James Neal pressures him. Ooh, he cuts it back against the grain. We barely miss him, and he skirts into the end zone. And this is still Newport's now #1 offense in the ball game. We've made wholesale substitutions. We're running number 2s and 3s against them, but still they're starting offense in the game. And he runs his little waggle pattern, hits a guy in the flats out there. We didn't drop to the flats like we needed to, and they're back on the scoreboard again.
49-20 in favor of the Pioneers.
They're going to be kicking off here deep and actually kick it a little short to one of our up men. I believe that's Mason Reeves, and he skirts outside and gets tackled on their sideline about the 30-yard line, just inside the 30, I think.
And I don't think Coach at Newport ever gets the ball back here.
No, they may. I don't know. I don't remember, Coach. See here, we were actually checking off. I didn't tell my quarterback to not to check their pass play. He saw straight man coverage and wanted to check off here. In at quarterback is Josh Cox. Hands off on his own trap there. We just, I think, about 2 yards. Josh, I thought, did a real good job running. Josh, along with Bo Reynolds, 2 juniors, did a good job running that second group. We'll come up and run the stretch play here. Joe Havelka, senior, new to the football program this year, comes out, fine young man. He gets him a quality rep there. Makes about 6-7 yards. Second group kind of hungry here, Coach. They come off the ball well. Crazy Leg Smith makes a couple nice cuts. As you can see, he's got the crazy legs. He does not go down easily. Makes about 7 yards, and we don't like much here. I think we're about second down and about 3 or 4.
A lot of happy parents in the stands right now.
Well, you know, it's important. That's one thing we talked about at the parents meeting. You know, all these young men want to play, and man, we want them all to play. But when you have 66, 67 kids, we're going to have a big game Monday night over at Jonesboro. I want to mention that. We'll be playing Jonesboro's JV, Jonesboro Stadium Monday night. So these same young men are going to get a lot of playing time Monday night. But we did want to try and get as many on the field as we could. A few of these youngsters didn't get out there, and we would have liked to have got everybody in, but
actually, some of these men, Coach, after the game Monday night will have had more time on the field than the
yeah, they really
starters.
Will. You're right, Coach. Good punt there. We got a rough in the. I think you're right, Coach. I don't believe they'll get the ball back. They roughed Mason on that. Mason probably needs to go into show business. Nice Academy Award there for him. Stretch play again, and nice cut again. Jeremy Smith. Tell you what, Jeremy's one of our top 5 or 6 defensive back, but he also is our number 3 tailback. And James Neal there didn't cut it off. James Neal, sophomore tailback with great speed and size. Run the stretch play outside. I wasn't going to stop our second group from scoring here, but I mean, we get down close here in a minute, and we're going to run the stretch, I think, one more time. Joe Avelka makes a nice cut and gets us down about the 10-yard line, and we're going to take a knee right there and run out the clock with it running. That'll be the last play, and they shut that scoreboard awful quick when it got to 0 mark.
Pioneers win it by a final of 49-20. And coaches, we can enjoy this for maybe the rest of the afternoon, but then it's back to work. And we've got the Searcy Lions coming to Pioneer Stadium Friday night, first home game of the season. And they'll have that man Dacus with them, who ran over us last year.
2 years in a row, I think.
The Searcy Lions have really handled us the last few times, and we owe them one.
Well, you know, you mentioned Searcy coming to town. There's really 2 things about that. One, Coach, we saw Dacus 2 years ago in I think the second game of the year. Then we saw him in the first round of the playoffs, and Dacus, only a sophomore at that time, and did a great job. And last year, again, dealt us a lot of misery. And we had a huge game this last Friday night against a really good team we know a lot about, Sylvan Hills. I think they were ranked in almost every poll in the top 5. And Searcy come back and won that game 28-21.
28-21, that's correct.
And the other thing, really, I mean, some people have us ranked pretty highly, which I think that's premature, but we potentially have an outstanding team, and this is going to be one of the big games in the state this week. With them ranked, beating a ranked team very highly as they did in Sylvan Hills, and coming here a 5A team, and us getting a great start against Newport. It's going to be a really big game at Pioneer Stadium, but we'll need a big crowd out there to make sure we start things out right on the home front.
Stuart, in some ways, this Searcy game has become as big a rivalry as Newport.
Well, it really has. I mean, there again, you have the location of the 2 towns close together and so forth. And As Coach said, Searcy probably is going to be as physical a team as we face this year. The big fullback, as Mark's talked about, Weston Dacus, who's already committed to the University of Arkansas. He's a load, and he's a physical, punishing type of back, not just that possesses pretty good speed. So I mean, we're gonna wind up having a big test, and it's going to be interesting to see how we do. But I know our kids are looking very forward to taking them on.
We've got 3 home games in a row. What a great way to open up the home season with Searcy, then Marlton comes to town, then we open the conference season with Bologna. So 3 great chances for the fans to come out and support Pioneer football.
Well, we want to encourage everybody to get out. We think this is going to be a really great year for us. If we keep getting better every week, we've got some great senior leadership, and they've just done an outstanding job from the August 1 to this point. Leading this football team, and as we've already said in the Newport game, seniors came up big time after time, and really at any given time on offense we could have 11 seniors out there. So I mean, it's a senior-dominated team. Although we have a lot of very talented underclassmen, the seniors are going to take us where we want to go, and we want to make sure that we want to give them a lot of support. And this is just going to be a big game starting out this season at home against Searcy.
Stuart, speaking of the seniors, they went to Eagle Mountain the other day, the elementary school.
Yes, that's something we started last year, taking our ball players to the elementary schools to eat lunch with the young students there, and the young students really enjoy it. But I'm going to tell you what, our young men enjoy it just as much and maybe more. They get a chance, an excuse to get back on the playground equipment and do some things that, brings back some memories. A lot of them had went to school there and stuff, and it's just, I think it's a great deal for both sides. We really enjoy it.
Coach, it's almost scary. Some of our kids enjoy it more than the little kids
That's
do.
Right.
The playground equipment. So I don't know what that says, but it was a lot of fun.
We need you to come out Friday night, support the Pioneers as they take on the Searcy Lions. Pioneer Stadium, first ball game of the year at home. For Stuart Smith, for Dave King, I'm Mark Lamberth. Join us next week on Pioneer Football 2003.
We will hear from the team next in sports. Those that follow Indian football are very familiar with ASU's situation at running back. It is a 5-headed monster. There's pretty much no drop-off from the first guy to the 5th guy. All 5 have carried the ball, where the average per carry ranges from 3.5 yards to a whopping 13 yards. For now, nothing has changed. It appears all 5 will continue to tote the mail.
The rotation will be largely determined by our opponent and what they're doing and what we have in our game plan that is able to maximize the skills of those tailbacks. We're extremely pleased with Antonio Warren. Shamar Bracey and Clint Roy have both been extremely productive, very beneficial for us as a change of pace. I think both of those 2 guys could be an every down back as well. Chris Easley can do some things that nobody else on our team can do. So, it's a great problem to have.
They're definitely a talented group. As for Terrence Dunbar, he is listed as doubtful for Saturday's game. The Razorbacks will leave tomorrow morning for Austin, Texas, and we want to remind you that K8 is your home for the Hogs and Horns. Coverage this Saturday starts at 11. Both teams enter the game with a 1-0 record. Texas is ranked 6th in the nation. 1 week down, 9 to go as the high school football season kicked off last Friday for a veteran Batesville team. Not baseball team, a veteran Batesville team. The Pioneers are hoping 2003 is their year. Glenn Marini has more on a squad looking to stop a postseason jinx.
9 times Batesville has made the playoffs, and 9 times the Pioneers have been tripped up in the first round. This year, an experienced orange and black team is on a mission to stop that streak.
I think we need good leadership and just get it in our heads that we can do this, and we'll be all right.
It used to be like we were expected to lose, and we kind of expected ourselves to. But this year, it's different.
We got to get that fourth quarter win. Most of our games last year, we lost in the fourth quarter, so we have to step up big in the fourth quarter this year.
Now, Batesville got the 2003 season off on the right foot with a 49-20 beating in Week 1 against Newport. Now, while Greyhound fans say, hey, we didn't have our running back, Fred Brown,
the Pioneers don't know if it would have made that big a difference.
Well, I think we still would play well whether Fred play or not. So it really, it would have made a difference, but we still would have played it the same way.
Our kids came out ready to play and really got after it, and it was one of those situations we just made some big plays, and it kind of snowballed from there.
With 18 seniors on the squad, the Pioneers are now reaping the benefits of a well-run junior high program.
Well, it's helped a bunch. Coach Walls, Doug Walls, and Craig Stave, Danny Daniels do a great job with the young kids, and we're getting more and more kids out. We've got 68 kids out for football this year, so just a lot of kids out for football, and they've done a great job as far as their effort.
Pioneer fans hope that effort equals a win or two come playoff time this November. In Batesville, Glenn Marini, K8 Sports.
All right, thank you, Glenn. This week, Batesville will play its first home game of the season as the Pioneers do host Searcy tomorrow night. Of course, tomorrow is going to be another big night of high school football. We will, of course, be bringing you all these scores from Region 8. These are the games we do plan on highlighting. We'll be live at Wynn for the Hurricane Yellow Jacket game. Marion surprised Rivercrest last week. They'll try to do the same thing tomorrow night against Newport. Highland does visit Harrisburg, and there you do see the rest of the games. Now, this list is subject to change, but as of right now, these are the schools we will be at for football Friday night. Junior high scores called in tonight. Annenkamp and Truman are both winners. Harrisburg does get the best of Bald Knob 28-6, and GCT does fall to Nettleton 36-22. Let's go to the Diamond. Astros